We continue our reading of God's Dream for You, The Chosen, a morning devotional by author Dwight K. Nelson. Our doors open, our windows are open, and you may hear the rain. It's coming down pretty good. Today's reading, September 24. Just Do It, Part 4. Be ready to speak up and tell anyone who asks why you're living the way you are, and always with the utmost courtesy. 1 Peter 3:15, Message translation. Don't be like a presidential candidate. Have you noticed that politicians have a knack for answering any question you might raise? They'll smile, briefly acknowledge your specific query, and then launch into a recitation of another one of their memorized campaign slogans or speeches. Not so for those who seek to share their faith in Christ. Philip had 100 stock answers he could have hauled out that hot desert afternoon, sitting in the chariot beside the Ethiopian court official, but he was sensitive to the spiritual interests of the official. Principle 5. Be mindful of the context of that moment and conversation. If he's asking about Isaiah 53, then focus on Jesus and Isaiah 53. If she's asking about the Sabbath, then share your witness about Jesus and the Sabbath. If they're wondering what you believe about death, then let your response be about Jesus and the Bible truth about death. Don't be like the politician and turn the conversation to your favorite doctrine. Philip began with the Ethiopian's point of interest, but then expanded the biblical witness to the truth as it is in Jesus. Principle 6. Be focused on the ultimate goal of every witness, the salvation of the individual through baptism into Christ. An important leadership maxim states, begin with the end in mind. That simply means that as you plunge into a new project, keep fresh in your mind a picture of the desired outcome. Remind yourself often of what the finished product is going to look like. Can turn the necessary routine and even daily drudgery into essential steps toward that shining dream. When it comes to sharing your faith, don't be timid about envisioning in your mind the glad day when your heart will thrill and your eyes will glisten as you witness that man, that woman, that young adult, that teenager baptized into Christ. Trust me, there is no greater joy in this life. God might have committed the message of the gospel and all the work of loving ministry to the heavenly angels. He might have employed other means for accomplishing his purpose. But in his infinite love, he chose to make us co-workers with him, with Christ, and the angels, that we might share the blessing, the joy, the spiritual uplifting which results from this unselfish ministry. Steps to Christ, page 79. So, begin your witness with that glorious end in mind. This concludes our reading today of God's Dream for You, The Chosen.